Hi guys, welcome back. Mage with me, Sid, and I've been doing quite a lot of work off camera on this series. This week, for starters, I have made myself a manualing cutlass. Why have I made myself a manualing cutlass? Because I wanted to go chopping the heads off mobs. Simple enough. Let me just stick my rapier away for now, and yeah. Let's start upstairs in the Thaumcraft area. So last episode I called the episode Mage Derp because basically I realised that I am nowhere near as prepared in this series to do Thaumcraft as I am in my other series, and it's very difficult when you're running 3 series each with Thaumcraft in, because they tend to... oh, I didn't replace that one. Let me just fix that. Did you go in the right place? Near enough. Every time I spot these, I'm fixing them because they're horrible. Yeah, so I'm there, me, Mr. Prepared, blah blah blah, and of course I've got no essential. I've got nothing. I really am, in terms of Thaumcraft point of view, poor as a pauper. So anyway, we've got this now up and running. Speaking of which, we've got another one of those. So that's been up and running. Down here I built this room, and you're like, what's that room, John? Well, I'll show you. This is going to be underneath my altar. I've replaced the floor underneath the altar so we get this kind of interesting effect, and I'll show you what I've done up there in a moment. And this is where I'm going to put all my stabilizing items. Now, I've researched magic tallow, so I've made some candles, I've made a few crystals, but I've got so few of these crystals, you know, that things, and I put what heads I've got, which is 2 skeleton heads and 2 zombie heads. It's quite pathetic, really. And I need to get that because some of the research I've been doing is highly unstable. So up here we've changed out the floor. I put this chalk markings in. They're not necessary, they don't do anything, they're just pretty. Over here I've got my barrel full of files, and then over here we've got all my essentials. So I'm basically been smelting various things to get various essentials out. That one is missing because I haven't got any. Similarly over here we haven't got any of these, so these, as we get them, will crop up. Over here there's quite a few because we've got tempers and I can't even tell you what it's called because it's not actually going to show up. The time one, temporary, tempesture and tempest, that's it, or something like that. Anyway, so these are, and then I've got a little barrel at the end here with that. So this is my storage. What I'm going to do, unlike previously where I was storing these and then putting these when they were full, putting them in the barrels, when these are full I'm going to be using files and stuff. Trick I borrowed from Etho, if I'm entirely honest. Now, in terms of research, what have I been up to? Well, I have got the master node tapping. I've got master research. In thermatology, I've taken myself as far as thaumium caps and silverwood 1 core. Now, there are other things to play with in this. So, like mechanist's 1 cap. I have no idea what that does. I think it's something to do with machines, so it won't really bother us that much. In alchemy we've got the magic tallow, obviously, and I got the tubes, although I tried playing around with tubes to move the essentials and it didn't really work. Artifice, water block, there's something else going up here, magic energy, don't know, we'll work out this lot later. Golems have not done nothing. Advanced thaumatology, mercurial wand core, that's one to play with later. Thaumic tinkerer, I don't think I've done anything there. We'll be going for that one though before we take on any more Ars Magica bosses. Taintology, done nothing. Now in here I have got the Wrath Cage unlocked. The Wrath Cage is basically a Essentia powered spawner, and it's dangerous level of infusion. You can look at the bloody cost of that. It's going to be quite fun. Lots of these essentials, and once you've got that you can put in, where are we, it does say the essentials. It will take different types of essentials depending on the creature it's attuned to. You can also use Ira or Desida for it. These are 2 new essentials. And you also get this, the Diabolicist's Fork, which is basically a diabolic wrench for this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's there. Way off being able to do that. There's these I want to play with. Bloodwood Wand Core. Oh, that's the witch coming in. I'm getting used to her teleporting in now. Over here I have researched arcane building blocks, and this is something I want to play with today. So we'll come back to that. And over here we've got some of the stuff unlocked as well. So we've got the Essence of Greed, special kind of gold fusion that leaves behind a strange amalgamation of precious metal. While useless for conventional crafting, Petch place a high value on it, commanding very respectable trades. You also notice the amalgamations fuse with each other, becoming bigger and more refined for each time, for even better trading value. So you can take golden nuggets and make an Essence of Greed tier 1, and then you can do that to tier 2. Presumably you can go higher than that. It doesn't really say anything there, but that opens us up into this lot, and you've got all these other wand cores, and the ones that are particularly interesting, the God Rod. I know it sounds rude, and the Dark Silverwood Rod is potentially interesting. There is a in here, I think it's you infuse it with an entropy shard to get dark wood. So there's lots going on in this pack, and I want to really do play around with these areas. This stuff here is really support for us to go into these areas. No, see ya. Right, so what am I going to do today? Well, the first thing I need to do is, or the first thing I want to do, I should say, is, let me just show you. I have got a gold-banded Greatwood wand, so I'm not wrecking nodes anymore, and that node actually has fully recovered. Fortunately, it's been. I'm beginning to regret getting this witch as a friend. I really am. Yeah, so the first thing I need to do is I need to get some Thaumium wand caps, and to do that I'm going to need to get Salus Mundus, and to do that I am going to need to get some Ethereal Essence, because I haven't got much. We're also going to need it for the Silverwood wand core and a full set of shards, and these infusions are fairly moderate risk. The reason I need this is because we can then use Node in a Jar, and save me having to wander out into the world every time I need to pick up energy. So I am going to go, and I suppose for starters we need to get some Wispy Essence, and the only places I know of, because I've got 2, so I can make one thing. The only place I've got, not brilliant for shards either, truth be known, but the only place I know of those that I can get those is from nodes and wisps, so I need to go out and do a little bit of hunting. Probably not wisp hunting, that's foolhardy at the best. So yeah, we're going to head out and look for some obelisks. Seems to be the probably the best way. While we're over here, I've had to, they're still getting out, but I've upped the size of the wall here, but they're still somehow glitching through it. Chickens have gone from there, and they're now in here, and they are in the little chicken coop laying eggs. Just hopper arrangement there, nothing fancy. Oh, I can't go that way anymore, of course. I didn't really think of that when I designed that chicken coop there, but oh well, we'll live. Right, well, I need to go and find some obelisks, so I will, where's my fly spell? I found the way to use this is like that. Just fly a little bit and zap it, fly a little bit and zap it. So we're going to be out in the world hunting down obelisks so we can break them and get their Wispy Essence out of them. I think there may be one over this way, I cannot remember. So I will see you in a moment. Okay, first obelisk, and these are simple enough. If these nodes can be, have I scanned that? Let me just check. Not got my thermometer on me, wonderful. Yeah, but we can just hack that away. It's obsidian. Don't try and do this at night, because zombies, furious zombies will spawn around these things. So yeah, better to do this in the daytime, unless you enjoy fighting furious zombies. And that's it. So that gives us a fair bit there. Let me just go back over to fly mode and we'll go and see if we can find some more. So I will see you in a little while. Okay, I've done several obelisks and I've got a fair amount of that. So the other thing I'm going to probably need more of is some of these shards. Definitely more order shards. So I am going to need to go mining. So I thought I'd just head down into the mines under the castle for the time being and grab some shards and yeah, get the bits we need for that. I have plans now. That wrath cage is definitely something that might be useful to use with the blood magic. I've got a few ideas of things where we can use a combination of the two types. I can't remember whether I mined out all the shards in here, to be honest. Eee, interesting. What are you doing there? Oh, hello. Let me just have a quick munch on some bread. Ah, there's some water shards there. That's a start. Stick my stakes on the bar. Fly, be free. Oh, and emerald. Hey. So, certain things do become, oh god, and okay, do become much easier when you've got the ability to fly, such as working in a ravine. And if something unpleasant drops on you, you can just zoom out of its way, which is nice. Now I could be using my dig spell, but is there anywhere to land here? Yes. Similarly, I could use my light spell, but sometimes, you know, old ways are better. My god, I didn't realise this. I know there's a light spell down there, so I've obviously seen this before, but I've completely forgotten about its existence. So let's get up here. We'll grab those while we're here. What else? I don't really need any chimerite or anything at the moment, but that will be handy. Still could use those order shards. Could have sworn I just heard a skelly. Bonk, bonk. Right, let's have a look. Up we go. More water shards. Get myself onto that briefly. Oops. Whee. Thank you. Get the light spell. Oh. Oh well. It happens to the best of us. Right, let's just see what else we've got, if anything. There's some air shards there. So we'll go and grab that lot. Gimme. 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 Torch. What we got over this way? Out and out. Oh, we can just park here for a second. And oh, this looks like a section of cave that I haven't explored, so let's go and have a quick peek around in here. Right, well I'm going to continue just grabbing, I need some more order shards really, that that's probably the most important thing. These emeralds are all nice and all, but much like this Vintium, which has unlocked an entry which I probably already got. But we'll live. Right, I'm going to continue exploring. I'll see you in a little while. Okay, we've got visitors. This is a... Well, you can see I'm undermining fatigue and slowness because I just got attacked by this bugger. Bone Knight. He's got about 40 hits and he inflicts debuffs. So yeah, that was entertaining. Right, let's have a peek down here. Grimoire Gaia Mob, that one. What did he give me? Burned books. Fuel. Everything in Gaia seems to have I know what that is. Where are you? You're over. It must be. Ah! Ow! There's another one about here somewhere. Let me. Mimics. And there's another one about. I don't feel as safe as I did now. There he is, I can see him. Hey, Mr. Mimic. Oh god, here he is. Look at him. Her. I really do need to get a decent bow. This is not. And there's another one about somewhere as well. Oh, crap. Where is he then? Anyway, continue onwards and I will be right back with you. I've got something else down here I don't recognise. What the hell are you? Hostile. Oh, God, that made me jump. Hostile. That's what you are. I can hit you. You can't hit me. Oh, minecart down there. Let's just try and light some areas up. A bean down here. Because there's torches. What were you then? What did I get? Clay. Seems an odd kind of reward. I'll tell you, the light spell on its own is just so good for caving. It's incredible. Anyway, just wanted to show you what I wasn't sure was hostile or not. Oh, hello. Hostile or not. I'm not hearing at least any creaking bloody chest sounds. Those things are horrible. Anyway, back in a moment. Okay, we're back. We didn't get any order shards, unfortunately. We got quite a bit, including a few more diamonds and lapis. We got some gold to stick those in the ores chest. The gold and stuff to process. We picked up a zombie head, which is always handy. Need another one, and I can add another stabilizer to the pile. What else? Let me just get rid of you and get rid of you. Redstone, blue topaz. Anything? Oh, saddle. Where did I put that? That's going to be useful because saddles contain that little pink tentacly one on the end. I've now got enough to make 8 of it if I ever need that. Right, what else did we pick up? More diamonds, coal, burnt books, more shards. We've got an essence berry bush, and a bit of that. I think that was pretty much it. I wasn't really going for the ores and stuff, but kind of had to when it chucks them at your feet. It's wrong not to. Anything else? A mob drop there? No. You go in there. You can go in miscellaneous. I'm going to probably have to start collecting these essence berry bushes, because obviously I haven't got the other automated means of hammering out essences. Diamonds. Any sticks? I'm out of torch. I don't obviously need torches. No, I haven't got any sticks. Yeah, so what I need to do now is make the thaumium caps, which I've got enough. Fortunately, I found some thaumium, so I don't need to actually go faffing about making it. I think, oh no, you have to do it in a, okay, fine. Not a problem. So thaumium caps, I need some silver wood. And then we're going to need to start making this Salis Mundis. What am I going to need? I'm going to need 3 Salis Mundis for that. That is those, yep. And I need 1 Salis Mundis for that. So I need 4 Salis Mundis. What have I got the most of? Air shards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should do us. Doesn't really matter what the essences are. Right, let's head up and make those. And then hopefully this episode we will get our half decent, well, our standard half decent one, shall we say. So let's pop you in there. You've still got some, so we might as well use that to make 1. I think that's pretty much out. I'll stick my good wand in, and that makes another. And then we've got Salis Mundis, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, armed with that lot, I need, let's have a look. Let's head down. Let me just double check. That is moderate. Oh, we need aurum for that, for which I'm going to need to cook some more of these ethereal essences up. Oh, what was it? It's the only problem with this. You read the book, you go, oh, I need, and then, right, so I need 6 aurum and 12 potentia for each cap. So that's going to be, each one of those contains 2 aurum. So 6 aurum, 1, 2, 3. What's that one? Oh, and that's mortis and aurum and Tannebury. That'll do 1, 2, 3. So that'll give me 12 aurum. Yep. I think I probably got enough potentia, but if I haven't, it was 12 potentia, wasn't it? So 6 would give me. Let me just. Oh God! Split, bang. Right. So that should give us what we need to infuse the wand caps. Let me get in here. Hang on, that's going to be 6. Oh God, this is going to be awkward. I need to do it in multiples of 8 because I'm using files too. I don't actually need to do it in multiples of 8, to be honest. I can do it. There are ways around this. Hang on. So we'll stick you in, cook that up, and we'll stick you in, cook that lot up, and that witch is about again. I feel like I'm being stalked. Oh, hang on. I think I've done something slightly wrong here. 3 for 1. I need to do another 3 of those as well. Just whack the coal in. Right, while that's cooking, I'm just going to go and make some more Salis Mundis, and I'll be right back. Okay, so these are, let me just check what's going on down here. This is, we've got some full bits here. We've got 24, 6, 12. So what we need to do is grab, let's start with Aurum. I think that was right, 6, 12 Aurum. In fact, let's start with Ignis. So you can either do this old trick where you get your water jar, go over, find your Ignis, and there's potential coming in. So if I go and find me Aurum, I've got 8. If you're using the files, you have to do it in multiples of 8. It's just the way it works. So there's 12 Aurum. So you can go back there. What we got now? Tenebrae. Now the only problem with this layout is my golems can't actually reach the jars. So this is no good for, you know, getting the equivalent of Albert. Going. So what we got? What are we doing? We're empty. So we got 24 Perdito, 6 Mortis. Perdito and Mortis. Perdito 24. That's a vile job. 1, 2, 3. Where are you? 1, 2, 3. Oops, one slightly too many. That's 24. So 1, 2, 3. Oops. So you can see that because it was a multiple of 8, I can empty that using these vials. Now what was left? Anything? There was Mortis, wasn't there? Down there, yes, Mortis. Mortis. If I were Mortis, where would I be? I'd be there. But because Mortis is 6, let me just prove the point here. I can't get it. So the only way to do that one is directly from the jar. Now my layout in here is such that my Perdito, for example, is full. So whack that in there, I've got another 24. My Potentia is not full. So we just empty that back in, we get the jars back, and the world is a happy place. Right, I need to set myself up on the table for this, so I will get that running and set up, and I'll be right back with you. Right, first, I think this is probably the first proper infusion I've done up here. So I've got my Essential. I think it will reach to the side of the rooms, but I'm playing it safe and just pulling out what I need. It kind of acts as a double check. I haven't got the hopper set up here yet, so let's give this a try. Hopefully, there's only 3 pedestals to keep my eye on, so hopefully it'll survive. And if that witch is... Oh, you're in the actual barrel. So that one went okay. We've got a charged thaumium cap. Let's get the other one on. Quickly do those, and then I can set up for the silver wood, which is probably the more dangerous of the 2. But once I've got that, it means I will at least be able to start capturing nodes, bringing them back, building up a node charge station. Oh, Zapta! I'll teach you to get in the way of Wizard Switch. Oh, bugger. Yeah, there's always a risk. Right, well, I need to clean that up, and I've got nothing to do the cleaning with. How are you feeling, Witchy? Oh, you're probably fully healed, of course, because you'll just regenerated, won't you, with the thingy. Right, so that's those 2. Now the next thing I need to set up is the more complicated of the 2, which is the staff. So I need one of each of those and a whole bunch of things, again, in moderate instability. I think I've got enough pedestals. If not, I'll just have to make a few more. So I'll get those sorted and I will be right back. Okay, we got it. I had to make a little bit more order, but fortunately, chiseled stone, if I just go this one. That contains 1 auto and 1 saxum, so that's a relatively cheap way to make auto. Yeah. Right, we're all set up. I have hopperized all the ones where I've got the spare ingredients, so basically Salis Mundis and the Order Shard are the 2 risky areas. So let's set this going. I'm going to keep my eye on those. If they get zapped off, I'm alright. If they get destroyed, I'm screwed. That's fine. In you go. Just going to keep my eye on this. As I say, the others can be zapped reasonably well. It's just these 2 that I've got to keep my eye on. Pardon me. Oh, and we got a bit of taint already. We got a zap off. Yes, we did. We'll worry about the taint later. Oh, please tell me that that is working and has not zapped it off when I was doing the other bit. Yes, it worked. Thank God for that. You know, you don't appreciate your setups in other games until you ain't got it. We'll just grab all these spares back and quickly clean the ceiling with my convenient sponge, paint sponge. It was gaseous taint this time, and then we can make that wand, and infrastructure wise we'll be in a much better position. Oops. Give me that. And that one, come on. Come on, thank you. Right, what I haven't got up here, of course, is a crafting bench, but I bet I have got one in my bag. Yep, I have. Okay, let's see. We'll pop you there, and let's see about combining. Oh no, we need to probably do it in a wizardy one. I'll tidy this up off camera. You don't want to watch me just putting my essentials away. So, plop, plop, plop. Ooh, that costs a lot. I need to charge you up, and I need to wear my full wizarding regalia. Right. So, last thing for me to do, I need to run around and get some essentials. I know where most of the nodes are for this, so I'll go and get that charged, and I will be right back. Right then, got my full wizarding robes on. Got my wand fully charged. Wants 54. Now it wants 48.6. We can make it. We've got our Thaumium embossed silver wand, so we can charge that up, and we can go and use the node in a jar. If you're not familiar with node in a jar, it's pretty basic. I've used it a lot, but node in a jar here is basically you construct a multi-block structure around the node out of glass, basically a 3x3x3 with a hole in the middle, and then wooden slabs across the top. Costs 70 of each primary essentia. You know, what's the word? I can never remember the thing. You zap it with that, it gets a node, you can bring it back with you. And then you basically click on it with the wand to release it again. So it needs the, where are we? Primal aspects, that's the word I was looking for. So it basically needs 70 of each of those. Longer term, to make that a quicker process, the next thing to look at is magic staves. So I've just kind of researched that, which, let me put you in there with the other researchers I haven't done yet. And even longer term than that, we're into, let me find the relevant section. No, are you there? Not there. I think it was this one, and this is where you start getting the silly stuff: angel rods, devil rods, god rod. I can afford that one. Let me just zap that and do the research for it, and we can see what this is. So, an advanced rod which can store 500 Vs of each aspect. It costs an absolute fortune. You need a devil rod and dark thaumium to make that. And then the one above that is, I think that one is even bigger. Yeah, I've got the devil rod is an angel rod plus 2 ender blocks. God knows how you make those. We'll work that out, and that can store 250 of each. So that's the equivalent of a silverwood rod. And that one is your silverwood rod and ignis fuel, and that can store 150, so it's basically 50 better again, but obviously you do need a silverwood rod. So there's kind of a linear progression going on here. I'm not sure what these are. We'll have a play with those at some point, and ignis fuel will have a play with at some point, because that looks actually interesting, seeing as I've got no real mechanization in this. Anyway, guys, we are progressing somewhat towards getting a decent level of Thaumcraft, so we can actually start to play with the more fun things, shall we say, such as, you know, these high-end things, a Wrath Cage, and some of the other aspects we've got. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.